you have tuned in to Annilia Wright Mosley Ministries. Thank you for taking the time to connect with me on this beautiful day. You know, I believe that it is not a coincidence that you tuned in because I have a word that I want to share, that I will, that I feel that will uplift your spirit and inspire you and empower you to continue on the journey that God has called you to. You know, I will be ministering a song, and then from there, I will be sharing a message from Numbers, the 13th chapter, titled The Power of a Positive Mindset. Let's go into the service.
If it wasn't for her, I would not be here. And I just want to sing my mother's favorite song. Y'all mind doing that? Mom, can you lift up your hand? That's Rosalind Wright. She's visiting with us from Texas. The song, it says, I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Give myself away. Here I am. Here I stand. Lord, my life is in your hand. Lord, I'm longing to see your desires revealed in me. I give myself away. Give myself away. I give myself away, Lord. Give myself away. Lord, prepare me to be your sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. That's why I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself, Lord, to you. You can do the Lord prayer. If you are looking for great leadership, you don't always have to look to the front to find it. Great leadership doesn't start out on the stage. Great leadership starts out in the back. Starts out that person with the broom and sweeping in. Those wonderful ladies that come here on Thursday and clean up the kitchen. It starts out with those that are taking time to take care of the garden around the church, and those that volunteer their time day in and day out throughout the week. That's where great leadership starts. True leadership starts in the pews. A lot of times we look at leadership as those just up in the spotlight. But do you know that leaders, they were leaders before they got into the spotlight? I remember as a little girl going up to the church, mowing the lawn with my father. Yep, he was the pastor, but he mowed the lawn of the church. He was the plumber, he was the electrician, and that was because that was his trade, being an electrician. But my father, he pretty much did everything around the church. So I was able to witness great leadership from the time I was just a little girl, same age as my daughter Michaela. Leaders come from ordinary places and ordinary issues. And leaders are those who are committed to a cause or to a goal in view. I didn't say leaders are just committed to a church building, but they are committed to the vision of the church, their family, their business, their missions, and to their life. Leaders are vision and purpose driven. Great leaders serve a cause or a goal without the motives or the intentions of I'm only doing this to get something in return. I witnessed this when I come here on Friday nights and I see Miss Susan and her husband, work tirelessly, making sure the young little boys, the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts are learning the leadership that they need, and also Mr. Aaron as well, learning what they need to learn so that they can grow up and be great, strong men in society. True leaders desire to give something that will impact their environment and those who come in contact with them. Great leaders help bring about progress and a positive perspective. Can everybody just say a positive perspective?
Positive perspective.
See, a great leader is a person that not bring complaint or complaining, but they bring about solutions.
Amen.
Great leaders are committed, relentless, resilient, positive. If I'm just talking about you, just lift up your hand. They are genuine, they're open, and they are loving, and they are protective of those that they love and care about. Great leaders are obedient, and not just to themselves, but they're obedient to other leadership over them. They are prayer warriors. They are givers. They are faith thinkers. They are faith talkers. And they are faith walkers. I want you to ask yourself today, what characteristics of leadership do I possess? Am I committed? Am I relentless? Am I resilient? Am I really genuine? Am I open to what God has for me? Am I loving? Am I protective? And am I a prayer warrior? Do I have a positive mindset? Well, today I'm going to be talking about the power of a positive mindset from a leadership perspective. When you leave here today, I want you to understand the power you have in leading a victorious life by being positive. Turn to your neighbor and say, we got to be more positive. See, you have the power to create the life you really want. Somebody may be saying, I tried that positive thing. It didn't work for me because every time I would be positive, people would take advantage of my kindness and they would use it against me. But I want to deflect that negative mindset, and I want you to know that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Say, I can be positive.
I can be positive.
Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, just, pure, lovely, or of good report, it says, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. That's the Bible. I didn't come up with it. So we must monitor our intake. We have to really monitor what we listen to on the radio. We have to really monitor what we look at on TV, the conversations that we hold with those on our job, in our family, here in the church. We got to be positive. I can look at your daily rituals and know whether you are living your best life. I can listen to your conversations and words and know if you are flowing in a positive state of mind. I can observe to know if you have a positive mindset. Did you know that your state of mind creates different levels of energy within your body? These energies also radiate through you. That's why when you get in some people's presence, you feel illuminated and you feel wonderful when you get in their presence. And then there are some other people you get in their presence and you feel drained. Oh, because we carry an energy. And if you are a very positive person and if you're always putting out positive in the atmosphere, guess what you're going to draw? Positive. Whatever you put out, that's what's coming back to you. So we have control over our mindset. Say, I have control over my mindset. It is very important that you embrace the gift of being positive to attract everything you want out of life. My mother and father taught me at an early age that your attitude determines your altitude. So let's go into the text and explore a couple of great leaders and mentors in this text that showcase the power of a positive mindset in one of the most critical times in the history of the lives of the Israelites. Well, during this time, in our text in Numbers, actually that story actually started way back in Genesis, the 12th chapter, when God came to Abraham and he told him to prepare to leave your country, prepare to leave your kinfolk, prepare to leave everything you know, and I want you to go to a land that I am going to show you. I know Abraham was like, huh? That's the same thing that happened to me and my husband. God came to my husband and he told my husband, he said, I want you to go to California, a place you have never lived before, you don't know anybody there, but I just want you to go to California. Okay, God, it would be nice if you give us a city. But he told my husband, he said, but your wife, she is going to conceive another child. It shall be a girl, and she is to be born on California soil, and you need to be in California by your next birthday. That was before I even conceived Michaela, who is 4 years old. So we began to start packing our boxes. No baby was in the tummy yet. I even went to the doctor because I started experiencing pregnant-like symptoms, but it was because I had put in my mind the word that God had given my husband, so I started experiencing the symptoms, and I wasn't even pregnant yet. And then eventually I did conceive, and then my husband started flying out here once a month. And he was just in prayer, Lord, what city? He would just fly to different cities. Lord, what city do you want me to bring my family to? And then finally, we found a house in Chino. And we moved here. We packed up and we moved. I didn't even know the sex of the baby at that time. And then we moved to Chino, didn't know we was moving into the middle of a cow farm. That's how we ended up in Riverside. and finally, I found out I was having a daughter, and my husband, he was like, whew, thank God it's a girl. Confirmation. And we have been here, and because we were obedient to what God told us to do, we've been immensely blessed. But if we just had a negative mindset, and we said when God gave him that word, we could have just said, oh, we don't know nobody out there. That's scary. Move to another state we never lived in. Moved here without really no jobs, no nothing. God. But we had to push back fear. We had to trample on doubt. And we had to believe that if God is able to do exceeding abundantly and above all that we may ever ask, according to the faith that is working within us, the power that's working in us, we got up and we started packing. And look, we're here. And God has been so good and kind. So I encourage you, wherever you are in your life, I don't know where you are in your life, but just know wherever you are, it can get better. But it's going to start with your mind.